Particular section we will discuss about the growth form of a population. Okay. Now you know that population is a dynamic entity. That means it keeps on changing. It doesn't remain constant. Got it? Its size, composition, it changes due to differential birth rate, death rate and growth. Okay. That's the reason why it is a dynamic entity. Now population growth, two important growth patterns. What are those? Your exponential growth form and logistic growth form. Okay, two growth patterns or growth forms are found in case of a population growth, that is exponential growth form, and second one is logistic growth form. Now first of all, come to exponential growth form. Now what happens? Now it shows a J-shaped growth pattern. How it shows a J-shaped growth pattern, that I will discuss in next slide. So what happens during this type of growth pattern? At the beginning, at the initial condition, the population growth is very rapid, okay, due to abundant supply of resources and optimum environmental conditions. When environmental conditions are optimum and resources are abundantly found, in that condition population growth is very rapid. Now after that, the food and space get limited, food gets exhausted, and due to increase in their number, the space also gets limited, and the environmental constant is always not the same. It is not constant, it keeps on changing. So environmental condition also keeps on changing. So during this your changed condition, the population growth stops abruptly and crashes down. Okay, initially it grows in a very rapid manner, and later it abruptly stops and crashes down. This type of growth pattern is generally found in case of algal bloom, your insect population, then the growth of annual plants, then in the lemmings of tundra region. Okay. Now when we plot a graph of the exponential growth pattern, it shows a J-shaped pattern. Okay. Now this particular growth form can be mathematically written as dn by dt is equal to b minus d into n, or b minus d is equal to r, so r into n. So what is that dn by dt? dn by dt is equal to rate of change of population in time t. Got it? It is the rate of change of population in time t. B is equal to birth rate, d is equal to death rate, and the r is equal to intrinsic rate of natural increase. Okay, b minus d is equal to r, that is the intrinsic rate of natural increase, and n is your population size. So exponential growth form can be given in mathematically by the formula dn by dt is equal to b minus d into n, that is equal to r into n. Got it? Now when we draw a diagram graphically, when we represent this type of growth, how does it look? Let me show. So okay, in this section, if we take population density, okay, density here, then here we take time. Okay, time. Now the graph shows figure that we get. Initially it is your exponentially it grows, then it rapidly decreases. Got it? So here at this point you get population crash. Okay, population crash. It crashes down, the population crashes down. So this is what your J-shaped growth pattern. Okay. Now let us go to the next one, that is logistic growth. So what is this logistic growth? Now as far as logistic growth is concerned, it is a characteristic of many population of microorganisms, plants and animals in a new environment in absence of any predator. Okay, when there is absence of any predator, then the growth pattern found in case of microorganisms, plants and animals shows S type of growth pattern. It is otherwise known as logistic growth. So, when we draw the diagram, we can see how it is S shaped. Got it? So, in this case, initially the population density is very slow as the organisms have come to the new environment, thus they need some time to adapt to the new condition. Okay? So, at this time the population density is very slow. This phase is called lag phase. Now, later with time more and more individuals mature and they reproduce, thus population increases rapidly at an exponential rate. Okay, now the population rises or increases at an exponential rate. This phase is called log phase. Okay, first one was lag phase, second one was log phase. Got it? Now, after some time growth rate also declines. Why? Because of environmental resistance and increasing competition. Obviously, as their number increases, there occurs competition for the available resources. Now, at this point, there is zero growth rate. That means natality is equal to the mortality. Got it? Now, the zero growth rate is the point where the environment has achieved maximum carrying capacity for that organism. Okay. At this zero growth rate, where natality is equal to mortality, this means it has reached the carrying capacity of the environment. Okay. So, this is what your logistic growth. First one is slow growth, that is the lag phase. After that, once the organism gets adapted to the new environmental condition, its growth increases rapidly at an exponential rate. This is called log phase. Then later, as their number increases and as the due to environmental resistance, their growth ceases, and at this point the growth rate decreases, okay, or declines. At this point there is zero growth rate where natality is equal to mortality. Okay. This zero growth rate point indicates the maximum carrying capacity of the environment. Got it? So, when we deduce the mathematical formula of logistic growth rate, we can write it as follows: dn by dt is equal to r into n k minus n by n, where dn by dt is equal to rate of change of population in time t, r is equal to biotic potential or intrinsic rate of growth, and k is the carrying capacity, and obviously n is the population size. Got it? Now, let us draw the diagram. Okay. It is time, then here number of individuals. Got it? So, this is how the growth rate, the growth curve is just like this. So, first one is the lag phase. This is the lag phase. Okay, lag phase. Then rapid increase occurs. This is the log phase. Then your next one is the your non-growth phase. More or less remains constant. In this phase, more or less remains constant. This is the carrying capacity. Okay. At this carrying capacity region, at this zero growth rate region, you can see that the graph is, the graph shows ups and downs. That means it doesn't continue in that rate. Here increases and decreases in and around the carrying capacity position. Got it? So, this is what your S-shaped growth curve. Okay. Now, let us come to the next one. that is sex ratio. You know what is sex ratio? As far as sex ratio is concerned, it is nothing but it represents the ratio of different sexes, organisms of different sexes. That means how many males and how many females are present. Got it? This is what your sex ratio. Now come to population growth rate. Next attribute is population growth rate. It is the number of actual increase in population in a given time. Okay? It is the number of actual increase in population in a given time. So capital N is equal to B plus I minus D plus E, where N is equal to growth rate, B is equal to birth rate, I is equal to immigrants, D is equal to mortality, E is equal to emigrants. So population grows only when B plus I is greater than D plus E. Okay? So this is what your population growth rate. Now come to carrying capacity. What is carrying capacity? It is the maximum number of individuals of a species that a habitat can support. Okay? Beyond that, your growth is not at all possible. So the maximum number of individuals of a species that a habitat can support is called the carrying capacity. Habitat has carrying capacity as food and space is always limiting. You know, food and space is always limiting for a particular habitat. So that is the reason why carrying capacity is out there. Had there not been, indefinite supply of food and space, we wouldn't be getting any carrying capacity, but that is not possible. So always food and space is limiting in a habitat. That is the reason why we get carrying capacity of a habitat. Next attribute is biotic potential and environmental resistance. So what is the biotic potential and environmental resistance? As far as biotic potential is concerned, it is the potential ability of the population to increase in number. Okay? That means the ability of the population to increase in number when the population is stable and the environmental factors are optimum. That means to the maximum ability to which it can increase its number. Under what condition? Population must be stable one and the environmental factors must be optimal one. Got it? So non optimum environmental factors create resistance to growth of the population. Remember it. When environmental condition is not optimal, then obviously it causes, it resists the growth of the population. Got it? So in other words, we can say that environmental resistance checks the biotic potential. Okay? Environmental resistance checks the biotic potential. Next one is the age distribution and age structure. So what is age distribution and age structure? Well, as far as age distribution is concerned, age distribution of population is the relative abundance of organisms of various age groups. That means in a population, how the individuals of different age groups have been distributed. That is what your age distribution. How the individuals of different ages, they are distributed in a population. Now, age structure. What is that age structure? Age structure of a population is determined by the reproductive potential of organisms in relation to their age. So, with age, obviously reproductive potential decreases. Now, this is the structure in which is determined by the reproductive potential of organisms in relation to their age. Age distribution is given in terms of age pyramid. Graphically, we can represent age distribution in form of age pyramid. Okay. So there are three kinds of age pyramids. What are those? Triangular age pyramid, bell-shaped age pyramid, and urn-shaped age pyramid. Triangular age pyramid, bell-shaped age pyramid, then urn-shaped age pyramid. First come to triangular age pyramid. What is that? It represents a continuously growing population. Very important one. The triangular age pyramid represents a continuously growing population. Okay. There is high proportion of pre-reproductive organisms followed by reproductive and post-reproductive organisms. So, in a triangular age pyramid, there is high proportion of pre-reproductive organisms followed by reproductive and post-reproductive organisms. So, triangular age pyramid represents a continuously growing population. Let me draw. So, So this is how the triangular S pyramid is. You know, the in case of S pyramids, the base is occupied by what? Your pre-reproductive individuals, middle portion is occupied by your reproductive individuals, and the topmost position is occupied by post-reproductive individuals. So you can see the base is occupied by pre-reproductive individuals. More number of pre-reproductive individuals are found. Due to large number of pre-reproductive individuals, more and more number of them enter into the reproductive phase. Here it is reproductive phase. Okay. So, and this rapidly increases the size of the population. That's why it is a continuously growing population. The next one is your bell-shaped S pyramid. What is this bell-shaped S pyramid? Here population is stable with pre-reproductive and reproductive population almost equal. Okay, so in this type of S pyramid, the pre-reproductive and the reproductive population is almost equal. Got it? So it represents a very stable population. It represents a very stable population. So there is a very few post-reproductive individuals also found. In this case, natality is also equal to mortality. Got it? Natality is equal to mortality. So how the diagram shows that in this way, this is the diagram. So as you can see, this is the pre-reproductive, this is the reproductive, this is the post-reproductive. Okay. As you can see here, pre-reproductive and reproductive individuals are almost same. Okay. So natality is equal to mortality, and post-reproductive individual is very small. So population is stable with zero growth rate. Got it? Now last one is your urn-shaped S pyramid. So what is this urn-shaped S pyramid? It represents a declining population. That means the population continues to decline. In this case, in this, the S pyramid shows a declining population. Here reproductive population is greater than pre-reproductive population. Okay, and post-reproductive population is quite an amount. It's a sizable amount of post-reproductive population. Here birth rate is less than the death rate. So obviously it is declining population. So how the diagram is shown as this is the pre, this is the reproductive, this is the post. You know, the base is occupied by pre, this is reproductive, this is post. Got it? Post-reproductive phase. So in this case, due to less number of individuals in the pre-reproductive phase, the population size decreases. Got it? With time and growth rate becomes 0. Got it? Growth rate becomes 0. Such a population shows negative growth rate, okay, or declined growth rate. In this case, birth rate is lesser than death rate. So this is what your S pyramid is all about. Got it? So these are the various attributes of a population. I have given it in 2 sections. I hope you would be benefited from this particular video. Thank you.